in the corporate cubicle kingdom of Desktopia, where the skies were perpetually gray from printer fume clouds and the tepid whirling of coffee machines never ceased, there existed an artifact of unimaginable office prestige, the golden stapler. This was no ordinary stapler. Legend said it could staple together even the thickest of reports using no staples at all, adhering pages together with pure, gleaming charisma. Tales of its effortless efficiency had spread wide across desk clusters and water coolers, and every faction in Desktopia, from the sales sorcerers to the IT imps, yearned to claim it for their realm. Enter our hero, Stanley. Stanley was a medium-level middle-managing gnome who wore spectacles so large they could double as magnifying glasses, which was fitting because finding his way through paperwork was indeed his craft. Unfortunately, his actual desk was more often a cluttered battlefield of memos and moth-eaten manuals than a place of legendary adventure. However, fate, as fickle as a paper jam on a Monday morning, was about to catapult Stanley into the epicenter of an epic quest. It all started with a prophetic encounter with the wise and wizened old janitor, Bob, who leaned on his broom like a wizard with his staff. "Ye seek the golden sheen, Stanley," croaked Bob, his voice echoing mysteriously from under the rim of his bucket hat. "Follow the fluorescent flickers at dawn where the copiers sleep, and heed the whispers of the lunchroom sprites." Armed with this cryptic advice and an armful of sticky notes, Stanley set out on his quest. His journey took him first across the perilous landscape of Mount Meeting Room, where chairs were arranged in a circle of doom, and the air was thick with the scent of stale agendas and forgotten action items. Next, he navigated through the swamp of soggy coffee grounds, where lost interns wandered dazed, clutching broken mugs and crying over spilled coffee. Stanley offered them compassionate nods as he passed, his eyes fixed on the prize. At the edge of the swamp, he met the gatekeeper, a grumpy old printer that demanded a tribute. "Fix my paper jam, and I shall let you pass," it grumbled, sputtering ink spots in disdain. With a sigh, Stanley knelt by the ancient device, whispering soothing words of maintenance and gently easing out crumpled paper with the care of a surgeon. Once past the gatekeeper, Stanley arrived at the legendary cafeteria, a vast echo chamber filled with the siren songs of microwave beeps and gossiping vending machines. Here, he was tempted by the deli witch, a cunning creature who slid him a tray bearing a sandwich of dubious expiration. "Dare you eat the tuna melt of truth, Stan?" she hissed, her eyes narrowing. "No, thank you," Stanley replied, clutching his nutrition bars. "I'm on a quest, you see." Finally, at the brink of exhaustion, Stanley reached the fabled desk of legend. There, in the glow of a trembling screensaver, stood the golden stapler, placed ceremoniously on a pedestal of ergonomic keyboard rests. No sooner had he taken a step forward than he was challenged by Karen, the karaoke siren of sales, who belted out power ballads to stun her opponents. Stanley, thinking quickly, threw on his noise-canceling headphones, thus warding off her melodic attacks. With a swift bolt of courage, Stanley reached for the stapler. Its touch granted him the aura of ultimate productivity, a shining beacon of efficacy. He returned to his cubicle, a hero, greeted with cheers and sighs of relief from across the open-plan battlefields. And so, Stanley became the stuff of legend, his tales told and retold wherever spreadsheets were spun and coffee was drunk. For now, though, he simply enjoyed the unholy power to staple without staples, a truly golden twist in the vibrant tapestry of Desktopia.